This is kind of a video for only piano players. I mean, I listen. Don't get me wrong; anybody can watch it, but you really have to be a piano player, I think, to appreciate it. One of my favorite piano players of all time was Chick Corea. May he rest in peace. I love Chick Corea. Um, I just words can't express how much he's influenced me as a pianist. And I look at Chick Corea almost like he was a god. If you want to know the truth, he did seem like a regular human being to me. His talent was so incredible, and his everything, his improvisation, his creativity, the excitement of his playing was it was unmatched. No one on our planet, on Earth, maybe in another planet, maybe in another universe, but not on Earth, could play as good as Chick Corea. And I found this video to be very entertaining. It's called Chick Corea Plays Bach. So if you do a YouTube search, Chick Corea plays Bach, and he was having a hard time with it. Like, he was struggling. And I mean, I'm not sure if he knew the piece. Maybe he was the guy's a genius. Maybe he was just sight reading this. You know what I mean? Because I find it very hard to believe that someone, like Chick Corea, who's a master, he's the master, um, could have such a hard time playing, anything, because he's a genius. The guy was a genius. So the only logical explanation, I think, is that he was sight reading. He was making a lot of mistakes, but it kind of made me feel good in a way. I know you think I'm sadistic. I know. Because you look at Chick Corea, at least I did, as the master, as a genius, a prodigy, someone that is the best of the best that no one could even come close to. And you just kind of think of him not as a normal, like, human being, like almost like a godlike of his talent on the piano. It's almost like God just picked him out and gave him this talent that no one else will possess. And to see him struggling on the piano and to see him making mistakes, I don't know. I guess you could call me nuts, but it just made me realize he's a human being. You know what I mean? I'm saying to myself, wow, he's actually human. He actually makes mistakes. The greatest piano player that ever lived, the master, the king, the wizard, Chick Corea, the wizard. And it just, I don't know, it kind of made me feel a little better about myself, because it's like, look, if he could make mistakes, then it's okay if I can make mistakes too, right? Like, I'm a human, he's a human. I don't know. It just, as a piano player, it kind of made me feel a little better about myself. If the great Chick Corea, needs to slow down the tempo and he needs to go over things, several times, well, it's okay that I do the same, right? We all have to practice, no different than any other piano player, you're right, on earth. We all sometimes have to slow the tempo down. We all can't just get it perfect right from the get-go. It takes repetition. It takes hours and hours, years and years of practice, right? Not hours, years. And, I've been playing the piano since I'm 10. I'm turning 45 on September 30th. So I've been playing for, 35 years. I play the piano, but and practicing the piano. But like I said, Chick Corea is the greatest of all time. And I never seen him in it. He always looks like he's so flawless, like in every video I've ever seen him, whether it be with the electric bed or the acoustic bed, or, him just jamming or whatever it is. He seems like he does everything effortless, like just the way he plays, like crazy lines. He's insane. It doesn't even seem like he's thinking. It's like no effort, very relaxed, very calm. But in terms of him playing this Bach piece, he had to keep going over it. He kept making mistakes. I was just like blown away by it. I was like, wow, he is human after all.